Greetings friends, today I'm going to explain to you how to dunk every time in NBA 2K22, and what you need to keep in mind is that stamina meter that's right behind the player's feet. So when that meter is halfway or no more like 75% or so or higher, then you'll be able to dunk every time pretty much. If it's below that point, you'll probably be doing more layups or some very light dunks. In the case of Vince Carter here, who's obviously one of the best dunkers, probably the best dunker of all time, and probably the best dunker in this game, he's gonna probably dunk anyway, even if it's low. But it's gonna be dunks that aren't as flashy. They're gonna be weaker dunks because he's gonna be tired because his stamina's too low. So it's really all about keeping that stamina at a certain level in order to perform dunks every time you go, and driving into the hoop. So that's the important thing there. Sometimes you can go and eat up some stamina if you're like a good ball handler, and then you might not think about it, but then your stamina might get low because you're trying to cross guys up and things like that. So then once you get around them, you end up finishing with a layup or a really light dunk, and you're gonna say, what happened? And that's because your stamina was too low because you're trying to cross a guy up. And so if it was a lot of hard work, to get around them, then your finishes are gonna be a lot lighter. And there's nothing wrong with that, of course, as long as you finish. But yeah, of course, we all love to dunk, of course, unless that's just not your player. Unless you're my player or whatever, just has like a low driving dunk rating, then doesn't matter. But yeah, but if it is a high enough rating, you want to be able to dunk, of course. We all love dunking. It's great. But yeah, so that's the thing to keep in mind. So definitely make sure that stamina meter is at a good enough rating, or good enough, make sure it's filled up enough so you can go and do dunks every single time. So that's very important if you want to be able to do something every single time. And it can lead to posterizes too, leads to posters as well. If you got a good player who is good at posterizing players, things like that, then yeah, you could really go and take advantage of that with having that meter filled up higher. So that's basically it. That's basically how you do it. Try to keep that meter as high up as you can, and then you'll be able to perform some highlight reel dunks. Another thing too is just kind of a bonus tip too. So if you want to do more flashy dunks, speaking of highlight reels, if you do more flashy dunks, make sure to go and hold down on the right analog stick when you're going into the lane, and this will allow you to do some flashy dunks like Vince just did there with that beautiful 360 dunk. So that's what you need to do for some flashy dunks. And if you press forward, it's gonna be a little bit more basic. Now keep in mind, this is VC and his dunks are all gonna be pretty flashy anyway, but it's gonna be a little bit more basic just by pressing forward on the analog stick like I just did there. So pretty basic dunk right there. And yes, square, you can get some flashy dunks as well, but square is a lot more unpredictable. With the dunks, it's kind of just more, it kind of picks a dunk out of random when you press square. So, but if you really want to go for the hammer, then you gotta go and hold down on that right analog stick as you're sprinting towards the basket. This also can lead to more posters as well by going and pressing down on the right analog stick. This is basically the main way to go and posterize your opponents. So just keep that in mind as well. And it's fun. So it's fun seeing all the fancy dunks and whatnot, the 360s and the posters and all that type of stuff. So, but nothing wrong with going for a quick square if you're just trying to get a quick dunk up and just get it into the hoop. Nothing wrong with that at all. And the dunks still look pretty nice. So I thought that dunk was pretty solid. So yeah, so that's just a little bonus tip there for you. But anywho, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you found this video helpful at all, then definitely feel free to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that. We'll be doing a lot of sports gaming content going forward, especially a lot of NBA 2K. And I mean, it's summer now pretty much, so as the summer goes along, probably in July, I'm sure we'll be hearing more about NBA 2K23 as well, so that should be a lot of fun. And but we'll probably might do some MLB The Show as well, and we'll be diving into EA Sports PGA Tour when that comes out next year, and maybe some PGA 2K games like that as well. So, but I'm also on Twitter at GhostPandaStorm, so feel free to follow me there. I'm talking more about a variety of games there, so but feel free to follow me there. I'm talking about sports games, but I'm also talking about a lot of other games as well. And yeah, so feel free to go and follow me there, and we can talk some gaming. And I'm on Twitter all the time, so feel free to say hi. We'll really appreciate the follow, and feel free to say hello, like I said. So, but anyway, thank you very much again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Peace. Adios, sayonara. Ghost Panda out of here.